Mimi believes she is carrying a baby for someone else. She believes the pregnancy will last 9 months, earn her enough money to reach Bollywood, and then disappear from her life. But when the couple paying her receives frightening medical news, they abandon Mimi and the unborn child. Now, she must choose between protecting her future and protecting a baby she never intended to keep. And that decision will change the meaning of motherhood for everyone involved. Mimi Rathore is a lively young dancer from Rajasthan with one overwhelming ambition. She wants to become a Bollywood actress. She has the confidence, energy, and appearance, but dreams need money. Professional photographs, travel, and access to the film industry are all beyond her reach. Then Vanu Pratap Pandey enters her life. Vanu is a taxi driver working with an American couple, John and Summer. The couple desperately want a child, but Summer cannot carry a pregnancy because surrogate is very expensive in America and cheap in India. They came down to India searching for a healthy woman willing to become their surrogate. When they discussed it with Vanu, she promised to get them a lady to do so. When Vanu notices Mimi, he believes she is exactly the person they need. Mimi is immediately offended by the proposal. To her, pregnancy is not a business opportunity. It is a social risk that could damage her reputation and destroy her acting dream. Then she hears the offer, 20 lakh rupees. Suddenly, the impossible journey to Bollywood appears affordable. Mimi begins imagining the money, photographs, costumes, and opportunities it could buy. What first sounded insulting gradually begins to feel like a shortcut. But this is Mimi's first mistake. She calculates the physical duration of the pregnancy without understanding its emotional consequences. After discussing the matter with her closest friend, Shama, Mimi agrees. The medical procedure succeeds. Mimi is pregnant. To conceal the truth from her parents and neighbors, Mimi pretends she has secured an acting opportunity outside town. In reality, she hides at Shama's home while Vanu remains close enough to assist her. At first, the situation produces confusion and comedy. Vanu is repeatedly mistaken for the father. Mimi struggles with the physical demands of pregnancy. Her independence begins to disappear as every meal, movement, and decision becomes connected to the child growing inside her. Yet beneath the humor, something important is changing. The pregnancy is no longer just a transaction. Mimi listens to the baby's heartbeat. She feels its movements. She changes her habits to protect it. Without noticing the exact moment it happens, Mimi begins forming an emotional connection with the child. The money still matters, and Bollywood remains her dream. But another dream is quietly developing inside her. Then the medical examination changes everything. The doctor tells John and Summer that the unborn child may have Down syndrome. The couple did not wait for the doctor to explain that it is a possibility rather than absolute certainty because fear overwhelms them. Summer had wanted a baby, but she had imagined a particular kind of baby. When reality threatens that picture, her excitement collapses. John and Summer decide they no longer want the pregnancy to continue. They leave India and instruct Mimi to terminate it. The people who spent years longing for a child walk away the moment parenthood demands courage. Mimi is devastated. She did not create this pregnancy alone. She accepted physical pain, social risk, and the interruption of her future because John and Summer promised to accept the child. Now the couple is gone, and the consequences remain entirely inside her body. Mimi considers what their decision means. She could follow their instruction, collect whatever remains of the arrangement, and try to rebuild her former life. But the child is no longer an anonymous responsibility. She has heard its heartbeat. She has carried it through discomfort and fear. The biological parents may have emotionally rejected the baby, but Mimi cannot pretend nothing has happened. She refuses to end the pregnancy. This is the turning point. Mimi entered the arrangement for money. She continues it because she has developed a sense of responsibility towards the child. But carrying the baby means she can no longer remain hidden. Mimi returns home visibly pregnant. Her shocked parents demand to know what happened. Unable to reveal the truth immediately, Mimi claims that Vanu is her husband and the baby's father. Vanu, who already has a family, is trapped inside the lie. Shama joins them in maintaining the story, and one desperate explanation creates several new problems. Yet something unexpected follows the family's anger. They begin to accept Mimi. They may not understand her choices, but they refuse to abandon her. The contrast is clear. The people who signed the contract disappear, while those who never agreed to the pregnancy remain beside her. When Mimi finally gives birth, the feared medical diagnosis does not materialize. The child is born healthy. She names him Raj. Because Raj has white biological parents, his appearance shocks Mimi's family and attracts attention throughout the community. But the initial surprise soon gives way to affection. Raj becomes the emotional center of the household. Mimi's father loves him. Her mother protects him. Shamar becomes part of his extended family. Vanu continues acting as a father figure, even though he has no biological connection to the boy. Most importantly, Mimi changes completely. The young woman who once organized her life around becoming a film star now builds her life around her son. Her Bollywood dream does not vanish because she suddenly lacks talent. She lets it go because caring for Raj becomes more important. This does not mean Mimi stops being herself. She still dances, laughs, and possesses the same vibrant personality. But her priorities have changed. She once wanted millions of people to recognize her. Now being recognized by Raj as his mother is enough. 4 years pass. One day, a video of Mimi dancing with Raj is shared online and becomes widely seen. The video eventually reaches John and Summer. They realize that the child they abandoned is alive, healthy, and happy. Suddenly, the fear that made them reject him is replaced by a desire to reclaim him. John and Summer return to India and announce that they want Raj. Mimi is furious. They did not experience the pregnancy. They did not remain when the medical news became frightening. They did not raise Raj through illness, tears, or sleepless nights. But now, they want biology to erase 4 years of abandonment. For Mimi, Raj is not the conclusion of a contract. He is her son. John and Summer threaten legal action. Because they are Raj's biological parents, the possibility of losing him becomes terrifyingly real. Mimi could fight them, but a court battle may place Raj at the center of an ugly struggle. She begins to fear that protecting her claim could emotionally damage the child she is trying to protect. So Mimi prepares to make the most painful sacrifice of her life. She agrees to let Raj go. The family prepares for Raj's departure. Every person who helped raise him is heartbroken. Mimi must now surrender the child for whom she surrendered her original future. But when John and Summer arrive, they are accompanied by a young girl named Tara. They explain that, after seeing Mimi's love for Raj, they finally understood something they had missed. A parent is not created by genetics alone. During their journey, they encountered Tara at an orphanage and chose to adopt her. Their longing to become parents no longer depended on obtaining the biologically related child they once abandoned. John and Summer allow Raj to remain with Mimi. They return to America with Tara, while Raj stays with the woman who carried, protected, and raised him. The ending brings the story's central idea into focus. Mimi is not Raj's biological mother, but when his biological parents walked away, she stayed. When the future became uncertain, she protected him, and when keeping him threatened to become harmful, she was willing to let him go. That willingness to sacrifice proves that Mimi has become his mother in every way that truly matters. Powerful lesson, according to my opinion. Mimi teaches us that love is not revealed by what people promise when life is easy. It is revealed by who remains when the outcome becomes frightening, inconvenient, or different from what they expected. Some people want the title of parenthood without accepting its uncertainty. Others never plan to become parents, but discover that love has already made the decision for them. A contract can begin a relationship. Biology can create a connection, but neither one automatically creates commitment. The real parent is often the person who stays. If this story made you reconsider what truly defines a family, share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe parenthood belongs to the person connected by blood or the person who accepts the responsibility of love? Subscribe for more movie stories that uncover the psychology, hidden meanings, and real-life lessons behind unforgettable characters.